Guys, we are back with an XRP real news, real talk video right here on the channel. So no fake hype, no BS. We're just going to be talking some XRP price action, some realistic news for this crypto, what the price is doing, where it can go in the future, plus a lot more. You guys enjoy it, just like the video. And guys, let's get straight into it. So at the moment, look, we have had a nice little patch of short-term price increases. So you can see us bouncing from around $1.90. We went up to about $2.20, retraced just recently down to $2.05. We bounced again, you know, potentially a little bit of manipulation surge right here to maybe liquidate some shorts. And at the moment, we're trading about $2.24. So nice little patch of bullish price action for XRP in the short term. But you guys know, we want a bigger price increase for XRP over the long term than just $2.24 or even $3 or even $4. You know, we're here for the big gains right here, but in the short term, that's looking pretty nice. In regards to some interesting stuff that I do think is probably going to be really important if you're holding XRP, especially if you're holding it for the long term, is actually what David Schwartz has just came out with just recently. So if you have a look at this news right here, this is a very important thing, I would say, for XRP. So there has been a big announcement. If you haven't heard about this, this has to do with the XRP ecosystem. So it's going to have an integrated Ethereum virtual machine sidechain on the XRP ledger, connected into the mainnet, and that's really going to enable developers to easily develop their Ethereum-based decentralized application dApps on XRPL. So the new sidechain supports EVM-compatible smart contracts while maintaining a connection to the XRP ledger. So it provides developers with access to the XRP ecosystem at a low cost and allows them to combine the benefits of XRPL's payments infrastructure with Ethereum's applications. And it does say right here, XRP will be used as the native gas token in transactions on the sidechain. Wow, that's important. And according to Ripple, this development creates an attractive development environment for developers by providing access to the XRPL network, which has over 6 million wallet owners. Wow, okay. So I would say this is probably one of the most important updates for XRP. And the reason I say that is because, you know, we're potentially going to see the evolution of XRP. So at the moment, if you go to, say, CoinGecko, you look at some of the top cryptos, right? You got Bitcoin, 2.1 trillion actually market cap. Ethereum, 300 billion. You've got XRP, 132 billion. So just right there, look, if XRP, you know, this is going to open up demand. It's going to open up building in parallel with Ethereum, right? So, but not only Ethereum, all the other, you know, chains that are EVM compatible as well. So this is going to be really, really exciting stuff. And it could potentially, right there, you could be looking at like a 3x if the adoption comes through. So remember, in crypto, you know, the most important thing is you might have a very high utility crypto like XRP, but it's not really the tech, right, that drives the prices of crypto. What drives the prices of crypto is actually the demand. So actually developers using it, actually consumers getting onto the network and transacting on the XRPL, you know, ledger ecosystem. That's the stuff that's really gonna, you know, increase the price of XRP. So I would say this is a bullish piece of news. But with any type of utility project, it needs to be proven. So there needs to be proven adoption, right? So people need to get on here. They need to utilize it, right? Because I know a lot of the people who hold XRP, they don't actually use the ecosystem. So guys, honestly, tell me, be honest with me, do you actually use the XRP ecosystem at all? Do you use it, or do you just hold the crypto on an exchange, or you hold it on a cold storage device, and all you want in this game is just higher prices? Let me know in the comment section below, because that's been one of the big dilemmas of crypto, is, you know, there are lots of utility cryptos, but, you know, when it comes to actually people using them, it's not really heavily used as much. But that's going to be, I would say, a positive for, you know, Ripple. This is a real positive, guys. So it's out there, it can be developed upon, it can get utilized. So I'd say that's really, really good. I have also seen some, you know, crazy bullish articles. We'll just mention these, but I'll give you guys my realistic, no BS take on it. So have a look at this. So here's XRP price. If Bitcoin hits 325,000, Ethereum sees $22,000 and Sol claims $3,000. So right out of the gates, we're going to say, if you had a diversified bag of crypto right there, you're going to be a winner in this scenario, right? So if you hold Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, you know, you're going to be making lots of gains on all types of projects right there. But what would the XRP price be if that gets hit, and then also how does this even get hit? So sometimes I think it's a bit pointless. Sometimes people put out articles, but they don't actually explain how it could happen. So let's just have a read out of this. So these are Van Eck predictions as well, but Van Eck's got to predict why this is going to happen as well. And if we have a look right here, it does say if those scenarios were to come true for Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP would potentially rise to $23, so 23.35. So that would roughly be a 10x on your XRP if that was to happen. So of course that would be fantastic for us to happen. I would say though, look, if Van Eck doesn't have an explanation in here, that would definitely be some long-term hodling. I would think to see a $325,000 Bitcoin price. So the Bitcoin price has to appreciate significantly, and you have to continue to get this kind of global adoption. So at the moment, crypto's in this development phase where the market is seeing it as digital gold, but it still needs to keep pushing that way. So there is a couple of differences between physical gold and digital gold. Bitcoin is definitely up there, and it's got a different value proposition to XRP. And XRP, look, this is a utility crypto, guys. I don't really see it any other way. It's not a meme. It's not. I wouldn't consider it a digital gold like Bitcoin. I would consider it a utility payment. DeFi ecosystem. That's where I see it. And the exciting thing about that, it has a lot of high upside as well. So that's what I'd see. But I'd have to think, if Bitcoin is going to $300,000, that's potentially a multiple year play, and potentially you need to continue to push this mass adoption with BlackRock buying up Bitcoin, and potentially you could one day see it though. So if everything stays bullish, people continue to dollar cost average into Bitcoin, you potentially could see that, but it just depends on when. Okay, so that is another very cool piece of news. I saw this funny meme as well. So me when XRP hits $589 in 2035, and he's got some funny music playing in the background. But why is everyone so old in this? Like, why is everyone so freaking old? So I don't know if he's trying to insinuate, we're going to be very old when XRP finally hits $589. But that got 125,000 views over on X. And also, just as a reminder, if you're part of my community right here, you guys enjoy these updates, you can go and sign up to our channel partner right here, Weeks, and you can unlock some very exclusive bonuses as well with them. So we are partnered in with them. You get up to 20% deposit bonus, and that's where I'm also doing some short-term trading in the crypto market as well, in addition to BuyDefi right there. So you can unlock and do some trading as we kind of navigate this crypto market right now. But guys, that's a realistic update for XRP. If you guys have other questions about XRP, let me know in the comment section below, because one of the problems I find with XRP, particularly on YouTube, there's a lot of BS out there and there's a lot of wasting of time. So I want to give you guys the real news, the real answers, no BS, and straight to the point. And if you got questions, let me know, and I'll be honest with you guys what I think right now. But I have to say, short term's looking good. Nice update for the ecosystem, and we're going to monitor the situation to see what happens next with XRP. But guys, appreciate you guys tuning in. Go have a really good day. I'll see you guys in the next one. Crypto Zeus signing out.